We have with us the Managing Director of the Bank of Industry, Mr. Rasheed Olaoluwa. Good morning, and thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Now, SME finance is the funding of small and medium-sized enterprises and represents a major function of the general business finance market. And government has been so worried about making money available to small and medium-sized businesses that it actually has gone through a number of interventions, and one of them is the Bank of Industry. So if you want to borrow money to better your business, the right man is with us in the studio, and he will tell you exactly how you're going to do it. Good morning again, Mr. Olaoluwa. Welcome to Sunrise.
Good morning, and thanks for having me.
Yes. So what are the challenges? Because the last time we had Rasheed Olagunju here telling us that the Wahid Olagunju, that the pot was there, and they were waiting. You all were waiting for people to actually access the fund and do business with the fund. But there were all kinds of issues. People were not meeting the criteria and stuff like that. So what is the position now?
Okay, thanks a lot, and good morning, Nigerians. Let me first start by talking about SMEs.
Yes.
At the Bank of Industry, we believe and we agree that SMEs are very important to our national development. SMEs actually account for over 50% of our GDP, and they are a very major employer of labor. As a matter of fact, if we don't support SMEs, we are more or less mortgaging our future. And I can prove that. If you look all over the world, multinational companies started as SMEs. In Europe, I can talk about the likes of Cadbury, Nestle, Lever Brothers, which is now Unilever. They all started in the 19th century as SMEs. In the United States,
from little acorns,
exactly,
to big oaks.
Yeah. So it's clear that we must support SMEs. However, we want to support SMEs that have credible, genuine businesses, because as a Bank of Industry, we are a development bank, we are a lending institution, and when we grant loans, we have to take steps to make sure that the loans are repaid. Because if the loans are not repaid, the bank will be long gone.
That's a very, very touchy point, Mr. Olaoluwa, because we have learned that the major issue is that most of those who wanted access to these loans were not thinking about how they were going to pay it back.
But it's absolutely important that they think about how to pay back. And in fact, there's been a lot of instances in the past where people were talking about, okay, can we have a different bank that can give us loans without collateral and stuff like that. I remember in 1973, to be precise, NBCI was established, Nigeria Bank for Commerce and Industry. It was designed to yield to such pressures. But what happened? After running up losses, the bank ended up being acquired by the Bank of Industry.
Okay.
There was a similar experiment with People's Bank in 1990-92. Again, despite all attempts to make it work, being poorly capitalized and also bad loans, led to it being acquired by the Bank of Agric. Yeah, so we've made experiments in the past to create a bank that can give such kind of loans that may or may not be paid back.
Is it a question
but the point is this sustainable?
Is it a question of mindset of the small business owner or those seeking? Is it a mindset thing?
I think it's part of it. There are some people out there who believe that the Bank of Industry, because it's a national development bank, they should just go there and apply anyhow, not do the normal due diligence that's required, and get a loan. Many of them actually do not intend to pay back, and it's been a challenge. Today, we have a loan portfolio of over 600 billion. The portion of it that is SME the ratio of non-performing loan is pretty high. So even right now, we have challenges with recovering some of the loans.
Okay, apparently some businessmen are already calling. Can we take them?
Okay.
Hello, please. Hello?
Hello.
Ibrahim.
Good morning.
Good morning, Ibrahim.
Good morning. I just wanted to make a contribution in respect of SMEs. I'm calling from Kano.
Yes, go ahead.
We are one of the accredited BDSP here in Kano. I can say our firm is the only firm in Kano existing. But we realize there are some challenges, we are anticipating from SME, which are three. And I would like the Bank of Industry to see how they can intervene in order to assist, especially micro and small enterprises, to be able to assist the loan. One, the aspect of maybe I can say like auditing, whereby if there is a way they can try and get some accredited auditors so that they can agree with some amount whereby SME can be able to afford to make a payment so that they can have their either management affairs or audited report. Second, some of our SME, especially here from the north, they have the company. Some women, they have the company, but they have never been committed with the company. So when it comes to the packaging, there is definitely a need of what we call a tax clearance of the company and also of the promoter. So tax clearance issues, sometimes it costs a lot. That becomes so discouraging to some of the SME to continue with the assessing of the loan. I would like to see a situation whereby they can create some maybe parameter. If the company is created maybe 1 or 2 years, maybe a micro or small medium enterprises, they can give them a sort of leverage or waiver, especially micro, so that issue of tax, especially here in the north, and they will ask them to pay 30,000 or 40,000, which is a big money to them. If the Bank of Industry can look into that to create a little waiver for those micro and small, I think we can be able to make a breakthrough. Then lastly, issue of evaluation. I wanted the Bank of Industry to also agree with some town with their accredited valuers in terms of the charges. The charges they are making also is making some of their SMEs to run away from the process, because this is a serious challenge we are facing. You can see when you combine these three packages, these three aspects, valuing charges, auditing report, and the tax clearance, sometimes it costs more than 120,000, which we as maybe what you call BDSU, which has only maybe 10,000. But somebody will not end up paying about 100,000, which is another capital for him to run a business. So I ask for the management of the Bank of Industry to please look into that and see what they can do so that they can promote the way whereby micro and small enterprises can be able to access this facility, which is now on ground.
Thank you very much.
Ibrahim.
Okay, so
Yes.
Ibrahim, let me try and address the issues you raised. I think there are three of them. The first one is about issue of audit and record keeping and all that. What we've done now is we've engaged with ICANN and ANAN, which is the other body that regulates accountancy practice in Nigeria. And we've gone through a process of actually shortlisting or accrediting auditors, that SMEs can use, all over the country. We will soon publish the list of the people who qualified, so that SMEs can actually engage with them. We also help to
For
negotiate.
a minimal fee?
Yeah, we also have to negotiate minimal, reasonable fees, that SMEs will pay. In terms of the valuers, again, we've shortlisted, valuers all over the country, and we've also even negotiated the fees. So it's depending on the value of the property. There's a range which we believe is also reasonable. If you can contact, you call from Kano, if you can contact our office, which we just commissioned about 2 months ago in Kano, I'm sure they will guide you. Then the last part is about tax. We want to promote responsible business practices. If you are doing your business, you have a responsibility, to pay your taxes. So we would not be in a position to help you, avoid tax or things like that. However, we have what we call the business development service providers, the BDSPs, who are like SME consultants who can actually work with you to advise you on a number of areas, including tax. So you can engage one of them.
Because if I heard him clearly, he was talking about tax clearance issues.
Yeah.
That means it will involve payment of a tax, the amount of tax to be paid. I think the BDSPs can help them do that.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
When you were talking before Ibrahim's phone call came in, you were talking about the fact that some people go for these loans without the intent of paying back. So for some of them, it's like a piece of a national cake. This is my own share of it.
Yeah, but it's our responsibility not to grant such loans.
Okay.
You understand? So that for me, that's not even a headache.
What are
we have a process that will ensure that such applicants do not go far within the system.
That process, for instance, Okunsaga Domero, I hope I got it right, says, does the BOI support businesses that are outside of Lagos? I know that is true. He's from Delta State.
We support businesses
all
over Nigeria.
The processes.
Yes.
When you said if they come in to work out the process, how do they go about the process?
Okay. So first of all, we support only the real sector of Nigerian economy. And when I say real sector, I mean real sector. So things like, people who produce food, food processing. We support fashion business. We support furniture. We support, all kinds of, even the Nollywood. I mean, we have a Nolly fund, that supports that sector. So that is it. Now, I have a copy of our online application form here, which basically asks you basic things about, details of your company. Is it registered? What's your incorporation number? What is your telephone number? Just basic things. Then on the second page, it asks you about who are your shareholders. I believe any company that's registered in Nigeria should have 1 or 2 or 3 shareholders. You have the contractor's contact details. That is not difficult to fill. You have the profile of your key management staff, of your key personnel. And then what items do you want to finance? You want to buy some equipment or plant or machinery, give us the details. And then, which is the section 6, which is really the most important part of this form, is to tell us about the project itself. What is the product you want to manufacture? Who are the people you are proposing will buy this product? What's the market for this product?